Hi, this is Tom with the Knoxville Academy of Blade. I'm Stephanie, one of our other head coaches, and continuing my short little video series here about our rule sets for the Tennessee Highland Swordsmanship Open. I want to go over our longsword rules as well, because it's different from the other tournaments that are in our area, such as Surfo, Study and Steel, Queen's Gambit, and so on. And I wanted to explain how it works because it's various of our in-house rules. So it's different from typical longsword, like I said, long point rules, in that there's no points given for control or anything like that. What we look for is, let's call it not necessarily martial soundness, but the right approach to the fight. This rule set, and it's similar to our one-handed rule set, is designed to discourage gamesmanship, which at an event where we're also playing singles league is kind of amusing. But so far in class, it seems to work pretty well in discouraging cheap shots and things like that. So that's what we're going to be using for the tournament as well. At its simplest, it's a weighted scoring system with partially weighted afterblows and fully weighted doubles. So the scoring is 3 points for a headshot, 2 points for a shot to the body, 1 point for a shot to the arms or the limbs, excepting the hands. I'll get to the hands in a second. Cuts and thrusts are both weighted the same, meaning a cut to the head is weighted the same as a thrust to the head. Doubles and afterblows are also weighted. Doubles are weighted equally. Afterblows are weighted 1 less point. Meaning, before I show examples, we're not making exceptions for open and closed doubles. We are going to be judging a double as the hits occur in the same tempo. And I can hear the KDF guys crying right now because I just used tempo in a discussion about longsword, but I don't care. Afterblows are anything that happen after tempo. Meaning, if we come into an engagement, we're not touching blades, and she makes a cut, and I come into a bind, and we both come off on the other side and hit each other. This is a double. We both hit with no attempts to parry. She hits my head, I hit her leg. This is a double. As long as it happens in the same tempo, it's a double. If I hit her leg, and then she hits my head, that particular one might be a little hazy because we were still both moving at the same time. If I land a hit and then she attacks after my hit is landed, that is a clear blow after blow. So afterblows will be weighted 1 point less than what they would be otherwise. An afterblow to the limb is worth no points, to the body is worth 1, to the head is worth 2. Doubles, as I said, are fully weighted. The highest scoring target in an exchange wins. Meaning, if she swings for my legs and I hit her in the head and we double, I get 3 points for the higher target. If, say, she hits me in the legs and then I hit her in the arms, in a clear blow after blow, she gets 1 point. My afterblow to the arms is worth 1 minus 1. If the points are the same, nothing happens. Meaning, a hit to, let's say, a hit to her body, thrust to the body, and afterblow to my leg. Here, the afterblow, that one might have been counted as a double, but the afterblow is worth, I did that in reverse. A hit to my leg and an afterblow to the body. That's what I meant to do. A hit to my leg is worth 1 point. The afterblow to the body is worth 1 point. Nothing happens in that situation. So far in class, this seems to discourage sniping shots. It discourages people taking risky shots to the lower openings and less important targets, and encourages people to target what we call deep targets the head, the body, things like that. It encourages people to focus on the defense, on controlling the blade, because again, if we double, if I go in with a really good shot to her body and she just goes right over it to my head, she just won that exchange because she scored a 3-point target to my 2-point target. So it really makes you work on your defense and covering when you attack. And earlier I mentioned hands. Hands do not score. But what they do is they take a point away from the fencer struck. Meaning, if we're fighting and the score is, let's say 7-6, and I come in really close and she's not paying attention to distance, and I just come out and do this, then I don't get any points, but she loses a point. The score is now 6-6. So despite what I just said about discouraging gamesmanship, there is a little bit of gaming you can do with the system. And in the sense that if you're down, or if your opponent is starting a recovery, you can target the hands. But be aware that if you start doing that, or if you're doing that against somebody who's good at blocking their hands, all it's going to do is open you up to a higher scoring shot. If I'm right here and she cuts to my hands, then there's nothing stopping me from doing this. Otherwise, as far as scoring is concerned, a disarm is 1 point, a successful grapple is 1 point. Any strikes done during the grapple or anything like that are worth whatever they would be had they occurred outside of the grapple. And I'll make a separate video about grappling, timing, and what we expect to see from that. Otherwise, that's pretty much the longsword rules. So, hope to see you there. Hope to see lots of good fighting, and hopefully the rule set works as well for everyone else as it's worked for us.